Hello, this is my submission for the 2025 Green Roll competition. My target audience for this pitch is the WVU Board of Governors. The Board of Governors is the primary decision-making body of the entire WVU system, which spans statewide in all 55 counties. Hello, my name is Colin Street. I'm a Morgantown native and sophomore here at West Virginia University, triple majoring in political science, environmental and energy resources management, and multidisciplinary studies. Today we're going to talk about solar panels, what introducing solar panels to our campus might look like, and how we can work together to use solar energy to further our land grant mission while making WVU a more resilient institution. But before we dive into all of that, we're going to talk a little bit about me. Just south of Morgantown, Camp Mountaineer is a campground run by the Boy Scouts of America, where I spent countless summers that helped mold me into the person I am today. After 6 years of attending their Boy Scout summer camp, the tree lines of Camp Mountaineer became the walls of a second home to me. However, those walls didn't last. That year, the logging rights to the campsite were sold under the table and the place was completely gutted. Since then, that camp has fortunately recovered, but that year my love for the environment turned into a passion for protecting it. And that passion is what's motivated me to pursue efforts in solar energy since I've come to WVU as a student. Now that you know who I am and why I'm here talking to you today, let's dive into how we got here. My freshman year at WVU was consumed by the chaos of the academic transformation. That year, the $45 million budget shortfall rocked our university, not just in terms of staff, programs, and students lost, but in morale. It felt like a place so many people had come to love was falling apart, and no one could do anything. I noticed this story was far too familiar to what had happened to Camp Mountaineer years ago. I knew I couldn't sit on the sidelines, so I quickly got involved with WVU's Student Government Association, or SGA. Even today, WVU stares down the barrel of further financial trouble by losing an additional $12 million due to cuts to federal research grants. This ultimately reaffirmed what so many students have come to understand. We need to be investing in long-term cost reduction strategies that ensure the people who call WVU their home are never under threat of it being taken away from them. Solar came up as a potential solution to this problem in a 2023 meeting between WVU Facilities Manager Ted Svelik and several SGA members. When we asked Svelik about the prospects of solar, he simply told us we needed to match green with green, meaning any investment in sustainability efforts on campus need to have a financial return to the university. He added that right now, those financial returns on solar weren't clear. With that said, I banded together with some of our other students in SGA and several professors at the WVU College of Law to figure out if rooftop solar had what it takes to match green with green. Over the next year, we built a financial model that measured the investment and 25-year return in net present value of rooftop solar installations using Inflation Reduction Act tax credits, 2023 solar pricing data from the Department of Energy, and price trend data from the West Virginia Public Service Commission and WVU Sustainability Office. Using this model, we looked at 14 buildings across WVU's 3 statewide campuses and ultimately found that any investment in rooftop solar on campus would help bolster WVU's long-term financial resilience. Using this analysis, we wanted to find a good candidate for a demonstrative rooftop solar array at WVU, a project that would prove the efficacy of on-campus solar while giving students and faculty the opportunity to conduct research using the array to help maintain WVU's prestigious R1 status. We concluded on the Evansdale Library, as pictured here. Due to its proximity to the Davis College of Agriculture and Natural Resources, its open and flat roof, its relatively high energy usage as a library that's open for many hours during the day, and its public-facing image to campus. Now that you know how we got here, let's take a look at the work we've done this semester. In working with the law school, we learned about the grant given to WVU by a technology company called Siemens. In 2019, the university was awarded $46,000 for a solar installation in Morgantown. This money was originally intended to be used for the law school. However, issues with roofing and an unwillingness to act due to claims of a lack of student support among administration, the project was stalled indefinitely. With this understanding of past barriers, we set out to prove that there was student support for solar on campus. We did this using the same logic used during the academic transformation. That logic being that students vote with their wallets. We held two campus-wide events, the Sierra Solar Swing and Sculpt for Solar, where we partnered with existing WVU student organizations and offices to raise over $1,000 for solar on campus. While this is just the start, students have clearly spoken up and said solar is something they'd like to see in Morgantown. Most importantly, they're willing to put their money where their mouth is. With all of this information and a common love of WVU, it's important for us to come together to see how we can use this information to make our university a better place. We're asking for the university to work with us in funding a flagship solar array on the Evansdale Library, an endeavor that will yield our university almost $200,000 in energy savings over the next 30 years. We're also asking the university to take advantage of free solar technical assistance offered by several state-based nonprofits to perform an institution-wide architectural survey of all campus buildings. This will give WVU a much broader report on the overall solar potential of our campuses across the state. Finally, we're asking that the university formally recognize our movement and integrate student voices into existing offices like the WVU Office for Sustainability and the WVU Institute for Sustainability and Energy Research as a way to maintain communication between you all at the Board of Governors and the faculty, staff, and students pushing for solar. Ultimately, we're working to bring solar energy to campus because we envision a WVU that's able to use financial savings from solar panels to increase its statewide impact. Solar on the Evansdale Library would supplement 14% of the building's annual energy usage. Extrapolating that number campus-wide with utility data from WVU's 2024 financial year report, solar has the potential to unlock over $5 million in savings that could go toward reinvesting in other programs that help the Mountain State. Solar at WVU would also help secure our university's internal sustainability while reaching our set sustainability goals. In 2024, the Sustainability Office set reducing carbon emissions as one of their overarching priorities among a list of more concrete goals for the next 10 years. Taking this step would not only help WVU reach those goals, but ensure we do so earlier than anticipated. We're also advocating for solar to embolden the educational experience at WVU. Right now, other West Virginia universities like Fairmont State have on-campus solar arrays, as do several of our Big 12 partners like Iowa State and the University of Kansas. By implementing on-campus solar, we can ensure that students know WVU offers a robust 21st century education that'll help fend off the declining recruitment numbers we've seen in the past couple of years. In conclusion, I look back at that first week at Camp Mountaineer as a middle schooler and realized that I came away with something more than just a passion. I learned that when you want something, you need to be able to step up and work for it. That's exactly what we've done with this project, and advocating for a more sustainable campus projects like this is precisely why I'm running for a seat with you all at the Board of Governors as the next student body president of WVU. Thank you.